Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. It is Sunday night, a special report as we watch the markets open up in Asia to see what's going to happen, and anything could happen. We don't rule out anything at this point, and including, especially after what happened over Thanksgiving holiday weekend with the CME outage, and also with what's being rumored to have been going on with JP Morgan, as I just did a video about that earlier tonight. I have a poll here. I hope you all will partake and see if you think that silver will reach $60 by the end of the trading week on Friday. Let me know. And if you do partake in that poll, press the thumbs up button while you're at it. Usually people that can vote in that poll have the ability to do that, so I hope you will do that. We're going to get right into some of the comments here momentarily. We're going to get right to the markets. It takes about 2 minutes to propagate over there. Going to be a busy night. Glad you guys are with us here tonight. Michael K. This is an old video, but he went back and watched it. I really appreciate that. He says, all the Salivation Nation should go back and listen to this video, how right we all were back then, even 30 years ago. This is the video that is titled Silver Plunges Below $20, Breaks Through to the Upside Down. That's a reference to Stranger Things. And so it went below $20 then when Stranger Things was coming out and popular. And now season 5 has just been released. So crazy. Thank you for checking that video out. And you can see the thumbnail has got a Stranger Things theme to it. So there it is. All right, the markets have opened. Let's see what's happening right out of the gate. Okay, here we go. Silver is flat right out of the gate, and gold is up $9.20. So look at that. Interesting, where the markets have opened up here. Silver is actually flat. Platinum is up $1. Palladium up $11. We're going to watch these markets move tonight and see what happens. You know, it's fascinating indeed to see what could be behind the movement here. What kind of volume will we see? Will we see anything happen? Will there be another glitch? We've seen some glitches in the past with trading, and numbers don't show up live for one reason or another. It happens from time to time. We may get that. We'll see here. And so let's see what we can have here. We're going to get right back to that again. Let's answer one more comment. I'm going to get back over here again from Michael K. He loves the 2-ounce Kraken that I showed in this video, and I appreciate him checking that out and noticing it. It's one of his favorite. He's got 5 of those. 10-ounce purchase at the time. So chunky and great obverse. Love the coins with ships on them, especially the old sail ships, maybe mythical creatures too. Yes, pretty cool. It is a wild-looking piece indeed. I only have the one. I got it for fairly cheap at my local coin shop. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. We're at good crowd with us tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you being here as we peruse our way through this broadcast, watching the markets open up in real time. And so far, it's been dead in the water for silver tonight. Well, gold is going up at a pretty good clip. Same thing with platinum and palladium. This seems kind of strange. Let's see. Let's look at the volume here and see what's happening. Volume pretty flat right now. Not much activity, but it looks like it is registering something. There's some little bit of volume here. There's something happening here, but it's amounting to nothing in terms of the price. So not sure exactly what's going on here, but we'll keep an eye on it. And so yes, indeed. So this is at a point where we're looking at, let's see here, the 28th of November. So it doesn't look like it's registering yet. Or something, because that's from the 28th of November. It is now the 30th, if my math is correct, or if my temporal abilities are there, measuring time, it is indeed not the 28th. So something is amiss here, which is going to raise more suspicion as to what's going on. Is the market, is something broken here with silver, and all the other metals are going up? Gold up $6.60. It was up $10 earlier, but pulled back slightly. What's going on with silver tonight? The metal we're all watching and waiting to see what happens, and there's nothing happening, nothing registering for some reason. What is going on? Is there another shutdown in the CME, the COMEX? I don't know. I think if it happens again this time, it will be something that's that will be even more suspicion. Now, for those of you who watched my video on the CME outage, I want to keep an open mind, including the possibility that it was not manipulation, that it was not a coordinated effort to bring it down. It was planned. But if it's shut down now, well, it will raise more eyebrows for sure. So we'll see. We're going to keep an eye on it. Either way, I want to keep an open mind here, but I think we should all keep an open mind no matter where that leads. All right, silver, here we go. Silver is now popping out big time. Look at this. There it is. Let's take a look at this live and see, up 42 cents. Folks, we have just reached another all-time high for silver. Just happened right now. Silver is now trading at another nominal high, up 42 cents, $56.87. What does it show us here? We're going to have to zoom quite in here to see this. Look at that spike. Boom. Now, I'm not sure exactly. Usually, when it goes up, we think this would be green. I'm not sure why that's red. But anyways, I don't know what these colors mean. Red, green here. Green usually means up, and red means down, I would think. Maybe that's what it is. It's coming down here, because there's the candle showing downward movement, but the volume is pretty hot out of the gate, which we kind of see that from time to time. But let's get back here and see what it looks like in the numbers. Now it's up 23 cents, and that is something we do see from time to time. Markets open up and there's a spike or a big drop, and then it normalizes, and that could be what that is. That typically does happen in a Sunday night open. Well, we're watching this pretty close, folks. It is interesting to see that it did open up 42 cents, delayed, albeit, but it is trading. The numbers, everything is active now, at least from what I can see. And but it just waking up here, up 42 cents. Then it cut that gain in half, and now it's now up 23 cents. Let me slurp a little bit more coffee here as we watch these markets move. Everything is in the green. We've got platinum up 12, palladium up 6, gold up $2.70. So far, the metal that is the most active in the upwards direction tonight is platinum, up 0.373 cents. Platinum, folks, is getting very close to $1,700 an ounce. I've been very bullish on platinum really since about 2020. Have stacked a fair amount, not nearly as much as gold and silver, but I've been adding a little bit more platinum to the stack, and I'm glad I did. Looking at these numbers now, it's really popping out. But even so, platinum is still way less than half of the price of gold. But there we go, looking at these numbers here. Let's get back on what some of the comments are saying. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. If you do partake in the poll, I'm curious to see what you think. So far, out of 437 votes, 69% of you believe that we'll see $60 silver by this Friday. If you partake in the poll, press the thumbs up button while you're here. It won't add that much more headache. All right, let's see here. Let's get into this comment from Hello There, because we want to talk a little bit about this CME outage, the cooling issue here. And we have some people with some interesting comments and feelings about it and thoughts. He says, Hello There, says there are two other backup cooling systems. It was a non-activity period, Thanksgiving. The data system is shared with other systems that miraculously did not halt. 10 hours is a very long time for such a sophisticated platform to be down. So the only cooling involved is the sale of physical silver. Yes, and some good points there, but I will say this too. It was total down for about 11 hours. But there are parts of the system that did come back online sooner with other areas. So I don't know. I don't think silver was down as long as some of the others were. But remember, this was a third-party data center where this situation happened, that happened to occur there. But I'll talk more about that. But yeah, it is suspicious. It needs to be investigated for sure. But I'm not ready to just chalk it off as just a coordinated attack on the silver market. But it could be a hack. It could have been a hack for sure. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Roll with it says, I tried to order my 2-ounce salivate metal round this morning, but for some reason the website kept freezing when I tried to submit my info for payment. That is very odd. Roll with it. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it'll work. That's at Summit Metals. If you want to get a 2-ounce Salivate metal round, check out summitmetals.com for their great customer service. But also, if you have a problem with the website, give them a call Monday morning. Let's do one more, then we're going to get back to the markets again here. Maccabee says these systems are designed to never shut down, and many are per warning would have been on hours to days before issue. Every equipment has a lifetime schedule, and all replaced before 70% cycle time. It was an organized shutdown. I was in the server farm industry until this year, retired. I'm a BSEE software engineer web manager. Well, very good. Although this is something probably a lot more complex than what you're dealing with, is my guess. But the thing is, on what you're saying, though may seem, I agree with you on the surface, they're designed to never shut down. It does not mean that they don't shut down. As I mentioned in this video, there's 4 or 5 other times where it did shut down. Never this long, though, which makes it obviously even more concerning. But it has happened before. And even though something is designed never to shut down, does not mean that they don't shut down. You should probably understand that, given that you were in the server farm industry until this year. But thank you for your thoughts. And, like I said, it needs to be investigated for sure. This is an interesting comment, and I think this really bodes well. See, I want people to think critically about this issue or any other issue. We should not just follow the confirmation bias, folks. We need to think critically and not give in to that. And that's why I challenge the mode of thinking on this channel. And I get a lot of pushback for it. But anyways, I appreciate Roger Wilco says, because I'm new to silver stacking, what would be the point of the COMEX doing this on purpose? If it was intentional, they had to have known this would look bad and then maybe even trigger panic buying, which might actually drive the prices further. And that's basically what I said in the video. He's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's why I question the narrative that many people are propagating about this. Would shutting it down allow the big players to get themselves in a better position by some other means? Or how might they get themselves better position while it was down? I suppose if that case, it wouldn't matter the consequences afterwards as long as they get themselves positioned however they wanted during the outage. With that being said, never attribute to malice what can be adequately explained by stupidity. That's exactly right. Very good point. Also, can't wait to see what the market does when it opens back up. I'll be here watching. Well, thank you, Roger Wilco. I hope you will pop in here. We're here right now. We do this. This is the only channel that doesn't market watch every Sunday night. And look at this. To his point, silver did take a little bit of a dip here before zeroing out. It's showing 0% move, $0.00. Because it's red, it's trading down a fraction of a cent, though. Gold is down $4 right now. So a little bit of a correction, which, by the way, folks, as I've always said, and I mentioned this in Friday's video, when the markets move as rapidly and fast as they do to the upside, expect a consolidation, expect a correction. Corrections are healthy as well, by the way. It does not mean that silver's bull run is over, though. And as we can see right now, silver is now back up 1 shiny red cent. So there it is, 56.46 right now. Gold down $3.70. So there it is. By the way, the gold to silver ratio is at 74.87 right now. So below 75 as we watch these markets move. Pretty exciting indeed. We're going to get right back to that in just a moment here. And again, talking about the outage. Let's see here. We'll see here. The Van Man here says, I love it when the shorts burn. This outage was blatant BS. They can color this any way they choose, but smart silver stackers know the truth. Time to move away from such a fragile, unprepared trading platform and relocate to ones that can handle the high volume that is occurring. Silver is poised to hit $100 in 2026, and there is nothing, and I mean nothing, they can do about it. They've officially lost control, and it looks good on them. All right, yeah, very well could be. We'll see what happens. Although, I don't rule anything out, and but I also don't rule out that silver could actually fall. We got to be prepared for anything. Thank you, Michael K, with a 1 Salivate Metal gift membership across the bow. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys here. We got a busy night. I apologize if I can't say hello to you individually, but I appreciate you all being here tonight. And let's do one more. We'll look at the markets again here. We're also going to check that volume relatively regularly tonight. Okay, let's see here. We've got this from Dellison family. Says, I've helped build 3 data centers. Every single one of them have backups. Most of them have generators and batteries to make sure there is no failure. So first, being electricity from the city that generates and last massive batteries. Yes, but it does not mean that they're foolproof. And I think you probably would know that better than any. And if there was a cooling issue, here's what I wonder. If you have backup cooling, a cooling center or cooling portions of the system, and you run it hot through a hack or some other thing, it'll go through the backup very quickly, I would suspect. And I think that's probably what happened here. But we really don't know the details of what caused. See, I think that the cooling issue was as a result of some other cause. They ran hot for some reason, and that no one knows what that is. We need to speculate. We can only speculate. And automatically people speculate that it was a coordinated attack or a planned shutdown. And the only way I could think that would happen is if it was some sort of a hack or something like that, which is possibility. But we don't know yet. Let's see here. All right. And Player 1 says servers get hot, probably very hot, with all the current running through them. That does not make a lot of sense. They have to be kept cool. That's exactly right. And if they're not, then they will shut down to protect themselves. So very good. All right. Appreciate you guys. All right, let's see here. So that's likely probably one of those things. Oh man, if you don't know it, keep stacking with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. If you know, you know. Stacking. Appreciate that. The 10 spot. Very kind of you. Yeah, these on the sunny nights, it's usually too busy to do exercises, but I do appreciate that. On Tuesdays and Fridays, we do them, though. Let's do one more. We're going to get right back to the comments here, or to the markets after this comment I'm responding to. I've watched several videos on this issue, some very knowledgeable, and some people posted comments about this, assuming they actually are who they claim to be. To believe that what is claimed to have happened, you have to suspend belief in redundant systems. The server farms have backups, not just one, but usually 2. They claim to be 99.99% reliable, which is something akin to 30 seconds downtime in a year. Yet there is a major system went down for a time. Only one system was affected. Later, others went down. Why? It was because of what went on the same wall outlet, or because it might have looked things look more believable. I'm very suspicious, which to the market manipulators means nothing. They don't care. Yeah, and I understand, but these systems are, I think again very complex, very redundant. But I think that again we have to keep an open mind as to what it is, because we all we know was a cooling issue, and likely they probably kept it very very short because of something very complex that went wrong there. And again, I really do think that likely, probably some of this stuff, it builds up. It can happen. There's just so much involved in these systems, and that to protect themselves. And so we'll see. What we just need to find out. There needs to be an investigation, and really should be made public, by the way, as to what happens and how they audit these systems. Matt Allen, we are about to invade Venezuela, so American companies can plunder its natural resources. Pretty sure industry would most definitely press an off switch on a server. Well, but yeah, I don't know what's going on in Venezuela. That is something that we're watching too. The airspace has been closed there, and that would be another reason if they think we're going to go to war there. We'll see how that plays out. But gold is down $3.60 now, and silver is up 8 cents. So marginal movement for both metals tonight. We'll have to see how this plays out. But I don't think the Venezuela situation is having much impact on the Asian markets anyway at this point in time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as you can see, silver is up. It did briefly come down 2 cents. One. I think it was 2 cents earlier in the night. After opening up, spiked up 42 cents, and to reach an all-time high of $56.87 measured in nominal dollars. And gold is down $3.60 tonight. So there it is. We'll see how that plays out. Very good. Let's get over here and see what we've got going on here. Let's see. Where are we? Let's get back to the comments here. We've got this from Into Stacking on this video that I posted this morning about the aftermath of the... Oops, I don't know why this is not posting. Let me try it again. Not getting that. Just so happened to shut down 3 times on Black Friday before the Asian market opened. Come on, Brother Sal, got to admit that looks a little suspect. Well, I said it looked suspicious. I mean, everything looks suspicious. But I'm not going to just automatically go right to, that the big bullion bank shut it down or was a coordinated attack by the system itself. But anyways, as they should cool the prices to keep the paper markets from losing their butts and getting hammered. That's my guess, at least. Nobody wants to be held accountable for something, the paper holders. I don't know what that means, but yeah. And anyways, yeah, it needs to be investigated, as I said in there in this video. It needs to be investigated. Richard Metcalf, cooling problem with a double redundant system on a 28-degree day. I have oceanfront property. I'll sell you if you believe that. Something else is afoot. Well, it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside as to how servers run inside. I think that's some people have been saying that, but that's not really the point here. It doesn't matter what the temperature is outside as to what there's going on with the server. They could open up all the windows on a sub-zero day, and those machines are still going to run very hot. They need to have cooling systems right on the CPU, using and memory of these things. North Star Stacker, good to see you. Good to see you guys. All right. Billy Beef. I do not know how manipulation would think shutting down the COMEX trading would keep silver from going higher. Exactly right. They would go against their... To me, the reason why I don't believe it was a manipulative effort is because it goes against everything that they're trying to do. It would be so transparent if that was the case. It would be so transparent that people would just see right through it and just and automatically go to the physical markets. They would be kicking themselves in the foot if they did that. And they don't need to do that. They could just send in a bunch of high frequency trades over the next couple of days. That's why I really don't completely buy into price suppression of silver, because there's so much complexity in the silver market. Natural market forces are extremely powerful. I know because I watch it every single day, and the prices can move pretty radically. The volatility of the silver market is another thing I think a lot of people do not take into account here. Twisted Clown, thank you so much. All right, yeah, silver hits 60 push-ups tonight. I will do 60 push-ups. All right, I'll do that tonight. But I don't think I'll do it. I don't think I'll do it Friday. But anyways, but thank you. Darlene Spear says, I won't be surprised if the markets don't open. Well, we were kind of scared at the very beginning, and it was a delayed open. The evil hands that keep the lights on because their evil deeds come in the dark. Yeah. Well, so far they have they are open, and now look at this. Silver has now reached a new all-time high, up 43 cents at $56.88, sprouting out like clockwork. Eric, thank you so much. Newbie here, is the spot price the ask or the bid? Good question, Eric. No problem. Great question. Let me explain this. Thanks for the 5 spot, by the way, Eric. So here is the deal. We are looking... no, Rocky, I'm not saying it's not manipulated. We know it's manipulated in both directions, and I think there could be some suppressive activity happening from time to time on top of natural market forces. But anyways, now, okay, a lot happening right now. Silver's now up to a new record high. It's up 45 cents to $56.90. Look at that. $56.90 for silver. We're looking at the ask price. The bid price is important too. Most technical analysts use the bid price for their analysis for support for resistance. But the bid price is important because that's the price that you use to sell back to your dealers. That's what typically it can be synonymous with, but not always with. That can be synonymous with, in part, with melt price. In other words, what refineries buy it for. The ask price is the foundation from which you and I buy our gold and silver. That is the foundation from that price. But most bullion dealers, including the one that sponsors this channel, do not use actual spot price. They use a combination of futures prices and spot prices from other places. So just keep that in mind. So there's three, really, in a sense, there's three spot prices. There's bid, ask, and what dealers ask for. And every dealer will use different spot prices, including one of my local coin shops uses a dealer's spot price and not Kitco. So, anyways, so there it is. All right. Okay, now look at this. Wow. Okay, silver is 9 cents away from $57 an ounce. 9 cents. A new record high happening again. I think we've had that happen 3 times tonight when silver has reached a record high on this very broadcast. Wow. So there it is. All right, very good. Thank you, guys. All right. Glad you're here with us tonight. And remember, there's 3 different spot prices. The true spot price is on Kitco. Always Kitco. Nowhere else, by the way, has true spot price because Kitco uses TradingView. And in TradingView, as we can see here, when we look at the volume here, look at the spike up here. Look at that. Incredible. And look at the volume, the heavy volume going on here. And in here, you can select different measures of the dollar and what have you. The symbol search with, and so there's where it is. TradingView is kind of the one-stop place to go. That is the most accurate or the most referenced here. All right, look at this. In real time, as I thank the Ottawa guy for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, the Ottawa guy. Appreciate that. We've got silver now up over $57 an ounce for the first time in history. That's right. For the first time in history, $57.04. This is not the futures price. By the way, that is the other. I'm sorry. There's probably 4 prices for silver. There's the bid, the ask, the dealer ask, and futures price. Hopefully that did not confuse you guys. But answering a previous question here. So silver is now at $57.04 for the ask price, 59 cents up. That's a 1% climb in just a matter of a half an hour here. Insane in the membrane with a heavy volume. Gold up $3.90. This has narrowed the gold to silver ratio to 74.17. Now it's 74.15. Crazy town we're living in here. Up 62 cents now. Silver keeps climbing here. It's crazy. Wow. So there's where it is. The numbers are moving. And think about this. Where is all the price suppression happening? Yeah, I guess the price suppression is not, they're not as strong as we thought, right? And this is an example of it. Of course, people will say, well, they can't do it anymore. The shorts have lost, right? You can't bet against silver but for so long. And there could be some truth to some of that. Like I said, I keep an open mind, but it is sprouting forth here as it's above $57 an ounce. And that leaves us, let's do a little calculator math for us right here, okay? I'm going to bring up, this is my trusty little calculator. Perhaps you've seen one of these things. Whoops. What happened here? I lost all my windows here. Hold on a second here. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Boy, that's crazy. Everything just went blank because I was moving around my calculator. Okay. Let's get over here. Let's do some math. I got all my windows went crazy here. I can't even see. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Let me get the calculator back up again. Keeps disappearing on me. All right, silver inflation adjusted for all-time high with inflation, it would be about, let's just say $74. $74 minus 57. We are $17 away from silver reaching an all-time high when adjusted for inflation. And folks, that is going to be a pretty big haul to make in order for that to happen. But we're closer now than ever before to that. But in perspective, I remember when silver was trading below $17 an ounce. So go figure. And that was during the life of this channel. Very good. Mr. E, thank you so much for the £5 super chat here. Redemption, purity, and value. Can't take it with you. So better than a Pokemon card to leave. Behold and be bold and hold. Yes, indeed. That's right, Mr. E. Sage advice. Good advice indeed. Thank you, sir. You were so right about that. All right. Where are we at? Let's get over here. So that's what we're looking at here in real time. Now back below $57 an ounce, but still up a good clip tonight here. Man, $57.12 is the all-time high that we've seen for silver tonight, witnessing here in real time as we watch these markets move. Insane. It's crazy. And so that's what we're dealing with here. It is nuts. Watching these markets move. A wild night indeed in this special report, and I'm honored that you all are here with me tonight so we can witness it in real time here together. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Fervid Finds. Aereo Shake. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, thank you. All right, I just learned something new. This is Windows 10 I've got here. But good to see you guys. All right, let's get back to some of these comments and see what some of you else are saying here. Dr. Moto, a cooling issue, more like a momentum issue. Yep, time for some more heavy metal, indeed. And it is waking up here tonight for sure. 2025 will be historic for metals. It already is, but you're right, it's going to continue to be. It's happening in real time right now. We'll be examining it for years from now and talking about it. Yes, it very well could be. And Bill Arrington says the cooling issue was not hardware. It was too cool off the buying. It was too cool off the skyrocketing spot price, in my opinion. I'll be listening tonight while cooking. All right, well, thank you. Yes, well, silver is hot again. Let's look at another comment or two before we get back to the markets and see if anything has happened. Super Great 78 says, well, by golly, at least JPM got their full gold trading desk moved to Singapore during the chaos. A little something else going on here we ain't supposed to know or figure out. Too late, Sal. You're right. There wasn't any manipulation effort from anyone. Much deeper than that. Pay attention. Yep, we got to pay attention. And I also reported on the Singapore, the JPM moving their trading. I did that video this evening. So I hope you will check that out after this broadcast is over. Let's do one more. I'm going to get back to it here. Carrie Taryn says, what a BS reason. Manipulation pure and simple at the highest point. Such transparent manipulation. What happens next? Well, we don't know that for sure. We cannot say. That's just it. And see, folks, so many people just automatically go to manipulation for all of the problems in the silver market. There's so much more to it than that. Manipulation is there to some extent, but there's so much more involved in it. And we'll find out. Hopefully they will investigate this. I'm very curious to see. I think this is something that will be talked about for a long time. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. But right now we're keeping an eye on the silver market right now. Let's take a look at the volume because we've not seen it move. Has the silver market frozen again? And this, if we see this happen again, I don't know, then we're gonna see. Yeah, look at this. No activity. There's something is, yeah, this is, now we've seen this happen before. In fact, we saw this happen fairly recently. And where it'll pause for a little bit and then come back. So we're going to keep an eye on this, but right now it appears that everything is kind of frozen up here. But look at the volume since the silver market opened. A lot of volume here. For perspective, look back over here. It's about what we saw at this point in time on the 28th of November. Look at that. Crazy, crazy. All right. Okay, we see it waking up again. There's some activity here. Let's get over here and see what we've got. All right. Up 60 cents. As soon as it comes back, it's just shooting back up again here to $57.05. We did miss a spike where it went up 2 more cents to $57.14. By the way, just in this trading session, just in this trading session alone, we have seen $1 move in silver from a low of $56.14 to a high of $57.14. One whole dollar move in just this amount of time. It is something else indeed. All right. So there it is. All right. Appreciate you guys being here. We're watching these markets move us up $1.10 tonight. The Tiger Stacker is here. Thank you so much. Uncle Sal, I disagree. Manipulation is everywhere. Example, why is Salwa Metal not 200,000 subscribers? Answer, manipulation. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And, and I know he's kind of joking around, but he's right. There's manipulation in every market, and that is true. There's manipulation everywhere. But thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. You are the man. Check out Tiger Stacker's channel. A great member of the community for sure. And pray for him, too. Dealing with some health issues. Quarter says, data centers do use cooling towers. Ambient does affect cooling. Yes, to some, yes, I agree. Room temperature, those rooms are usually cool. They're air conditioning. That was not where the problem was, I don't think. But it very well could have been a cooling issue with the actual building. So the ambience, the room temperature could have had a role on that. So that's actually a very good point. Is there any redundancy there? There could be. There probably should be. There should probably be 2 or 3 triple. And Mr. E is Scottish, so I can say hit the like button. There you go. Let's have a picnic. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are great. Appreciate you being here. We're watching these markets move. It's been a wild night so far, and we're just about a half an hour into this thing. Just over half an hour, and silver's up 50 cents right now, a 0.89% increase, pulling back from the all-time high that we saw. I think for a total of 4 times, it has broken new nominal records for silver. Yes, indeed, new nominal records. So that's what we're seeing here. All right. As we slurp away at some very warm, lukewarm coffee. Yeah, good stuff tonight. Let's get back into some of these comments and see what some of you are saying on recent events that have occurred in the silver market specifically. And gold continues to climb too, just not as much. There you go. Hoosier Stacker, manipulate this. Thank you, Hoosier. Appreciate that, my friend. All right, there you go. Thank you, Paul Tissue. Good to see you. All right, and all right, we have got this here. It says, Zen Isles says here, I highly doubt they would choose to lose out on tens of thousands of dollars in exchange fees to suppress the price of silver for 12 hours on one of the slowest trading days of the year. Exactly. Boom. That's the kind of critical thinking I like. Exactly. It's too convenient. Way too convenient. Very good. Thank you. Ronald Aziz says here, we had a flood, so we had to shut down the voting booths. Yep, and I know that happened too. But you know what? I didn't automatically go to voter fraud on that either. But although that was suspicious too, we never really haven't heard anything more about that either, have we? Which means that maybe it could have been. All right. And, Bill Arrington. Thank you, Bill Arrington, who was cooking dinner tonight with 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships. Thank you, Bill Arrington. I appreciate that so much, my friend. And the Dan W. says, told my LCS I will stop stacking when Trump balances the budget. Laughs all around. There you go. Exactly right. And that's not going to happen. Well, it could potentially be. I'm not going to say this for sure, but we may be able to bring down the debt if some of the tariff stuff comes through like he says, but I'm not holding out much hope on that either. Thank you, Dan W. Yeah, our politicians don't seem to be interested in balancing the budget, do they? That's for sure. North Star Stacker with a 5 spot. Thank you, North Star Stacker. Appreciate that so much, my friend. And Russell Davidson says, the access to my stack wasn't affected by this current issue. That's exactly right. Even when the power goes out, I can hold my silver and the oil lamp at light. I may be old school, but I feel the whole world is getting schooled right now. And very good. Excellent point there. That's right. That's why I believe in holding the physical now more than ever. And you're going to hear me talk more about that in tomorrow's video. You're going to want to stay tuned for tomorrow's video, especially tomorrow's video, because I'm going to bring some of this into perspective and what we should be waiting for and how important it is to stack physical silver. And more importantly than stacking it, holding indeed. All right. Silver Holder says they're trying to keep silver low from the industrial side of it. Industry would like for the government to purchase another $7 billion worth, though JP Morgan said they can dump a bunch into the ETF market to bring it back down, like they've been doing. Well, a silver hoarder, if that's the case, they failed miserably. It's more than doubled in price over the past couple of years so quickly that it is, but still, things have gone up. Inflation is everywhere, and price changes are also everywhere, and price increases, and we're just seeing this as an example of that. They'll just raise the cost of things. Yes, indeed. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. Silver now trading right at $57 an ounce, folks. 57 bucks for silver. And here I was not long ago just saying, hey, if we can hold on to $50 silver for 10 days, that would be great. And here we are, 57 bucks. And you guys have been participating in my poll, and by record numbers, I think, tonight. If I'm not mistaken, let's take a look here. And it's not translated to thumbs up on this live stream. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the poll results. 72% of you feel that we'll see $60 by the end of the week, with 967 votes. 967 votes. We're going to probably get 1,000 votes of this. I would love to see 1,000 thumbs up on this live stream, but I don't think we'll get that. But anyways, 73% of you feel that. And we are about we're exactly $3 away from that in the ask price. $3 away from that tonight. It's up 76 cents now. We've reached yet another, that's right, another new all-time high for the 5th time. Count with me here. I think it's 5 times now. I've been able to say that silver has reached a new nominal high, $57.21. Wow. $57.21 for an ounce of silver. Boom. Look at that. That's $0.75, up 1.35%. Boom. Look at that. Let's just digest this for a little while. Let me highlight this. There it is. Look at that number right there. Boom. Sorry, I've said boom too many times. This is just a wild night. That's what we're looking at here, and it's something. Nothing stopping it now. So I would say if the data center, if the CME outage was their intention was to try to stop silver, it didn't work. It did not work at all. 1.35%. Gold is up but barely moving, and this leaves the gold to a silver ratio is something that we need to look and see what's happening now. It's now below 74. We've not seen that in a while. 73.98. Littlefoot, thank you so much. Buying at these new prices. Well, there's no shops open, right? I guess I could go to and buy something quick, but I mean, I've been buying more constitutional under spot, but I don't know. We'll see. There is some silver that I want to get that is not even been created yet. More on that later. But who knows what the price is going to be then. But now up 65 cents. $57.10, so a slight pullback from its recent highs. But 5 times tonight, folks, 5 times we saw silver break new records nominally. Nominal dollar reaches up high, and we're $17 and less than $17 away from now 6 times. I'm sorry, I can't even finish a sentence, and silver breaks another record. $57.24 tonight. Yes, my hands are moving as if you can't see me, but my hands are gesticulating like wildly here as we now watch silver move to a new all-time high for the 6th time tonight. $57.24 is where we're sitting now. Well, now it's pulled back. Now I'm completely and severely depressed because of now we pulled off our all-time heights. Now it's only up 70 cents. Man, spoil me some more. This is, but we got there, $57.24. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much. Yes, wild night. Thank you, Bill Arrington, for the $2 super chat. Again, you guys are awesome. Appreciate you. The Silver Stacker is here. Woot, woot. Good to see you. Check out the Silver Stacker's channel. JM Unleashed is here. A lot of good folks here with us tonight. Sorry I'm talking so fast. There's just a lot going on in the markets. 69. Can everybody say 69? We got 69-cent increase at $57.14. which was a previous all-time high early in the broadcast. It is a wild night. Let's get back to some more comments here. We're going to revisit that in a moment. Roger Deere says, cooling system went down. BS. It was an a-hole puckering problem. Everybody knows this. You have to describe that one to me, but let's see here. Green, they shut down the COMEX because they offered the amazing Black Friday special to their favorite bullion banks. Right, well, there's a big buyer that happened before this shutdown, by the way. But anyways, let's see here. And some people speculate who that could be, but we got John News. It's a shame that the system lies so much that there could be some truth out there, but we still don't believe it. I know. Everybody's skeptical of everything. The AI deep fakes, it's hard to say. But anyways, we'll get to that later. I don't know why some of these are not posting. David, I have some swampland to sell you in Florida. Please PM ASAP. All right. Very good. I'll have to look you up. All right. Teresa Hunt, good grief. If it's a natural metal that's been with us since the beginning of time, it's God's metal. Well, a lot of people have they've read the title and then they didn't watch any of the video because I got so many comments about this. Haggai, whatever this verse from Haggai about the gold and silver of the Lord's and it's betrayed. Judas used it to betray Jesus and all this stuff, and that's fine. You're right about that stuff, but you're completely missing the point of why silver the devil's metal, why they call it that. And I explain it pretty much right at the outset of the video. It's really nothing spiritual about it as to why it's being called that. So I hope people will go back and watch that video. But yeah, and yeah, do what be like JM Unleashed. Watch the video without reading the title sometimes. Well, read the title. I try to match the content with the title here. Why is silver the devil's metal? And I can answer that question pretty much quickly. Why they talk about that. But anyways, and it's not a spiritual thing. I of all people know that silver has been mentioned hundreds of times in the Bible, and it's a God's creation and all that stuff. But anyways, that's aside from that. All right, on the video, did J.P. Morgan just move their entire gold trading desk to Singapore in a panic? That's the latest headline today. And so much happening in the news. Head on a swivel, my brothers and sisters. God bless us all. A lot of stuff. And, the fog of war typically is what's happening in the market right now with people speculating about this or that. And people, some folks out there saying things just to get views or whatever. So I'm trying to, or clicks or whatever. I'm trying to bring some balance in with some of this stuff like that. And that video is part of it. There's not been any substantial or nothing to substantiate any claims that have been made here. So anyways, all right. Silver up 72 cents tonight, $57.17, holding on to some gains. Gold up $5.60, up 0.13% tonight. So a lot of activity here. Platinum is up $26 tonight. It's actually the top mover of the day to $16.85. Platinum is exactly $15 away from $1,700 an ounce. Crazy. All right, let's see here. And palladium is also up a good clip as well. Actually, it's now up more than platinum and percentage-wise, up $23 to almost $1,500 an ounce. Yeah, crazy. All right, let us see here. All right, we have 535 likes, and we have over 1,000 views or 1,000 participants in the poll. So thank you. I appreciate that. Over 500 likes. If we could get 1,000 likes, that might be a record, but we'll see here. All right, let's see here. This might be a record number of viewers here too. I'm showing 1323, but for some reason the likes, thumbs up, I'm still showing 0 thumbs up, and I can't refresh this because everything would go haywire on my end. All right, Silver Cobra says, silver and gold, run, baby, run. It's going like gangbusters, especially silver tonight. Hiss, there you go. Hiss, thank you. All right, and we've got Littlefoot says, Singapore treats gold differently than the U.S., just like Cayman Island does. Yes. And remember, they had investigated J.P. Morgan back in 2019, so yes. Suspicious, have you figured out that that they are lying to you yet? Well, yeah, I'm sure there are lies that go around, for sure. We'll see here. And, War Money Wins. Thank you for telling people to tune in. I appreciate that. Mr. Toddle and Lore says, I guess JP Morgan moved the desk so they can continue their precious metals manipulation. Got busted for 4 years ago. Well, I think they're under higher scrutiny in Singapore, which makes that suspect, but we'll see here. So cool, says Douglas. Thank you for that. And let's go back over here and take a look at the markets. We see silver up 73 cents tonight. For 6 times, we saw it break a new record, and it got up to $57.25 tonight. But look at this, 73 cents at 1.29% increase. Silver is on fire tonight. Indeed it is. Gold is up $4.90. Platinum is up 1.64%, up $27 to its high tonight for the evening. 1686 right now. Palladium up $24 to $14.97, almost pulling over to $1,500. We may see $1,500 palladium before the night ends. All right. So that's what we're looking at with the metals markets. Gold to silver ratio below 74. It's barely below, but it's 73.95 right now. So that's an encouraging sign for silver, for sure. Wild movements indeed. People are paying attention. All right, thank you. All right, let's get into some other comments. We've got Dog Soldier, 1973, talking about this video about why gold is still undervalued now. Oh, thank you, James Padilla, for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that, James. Very kind of you. All right, Dog Soldier says, I love my gold. I have it all in a wooden box, and whenever I get it out and add a little bit more, you see it's a real treasure, and the warm golden glow it gives off the box looks so beautiful. That being said, I'm really pleased I went much heavier into silver. Silver is going to increase in value faster than gold as the gold to silver ratio continues to shorten. Well, so far that's playing out to be the case tonight. In the end, I'll be pleased I didn't overdo my gold, as I'll be able to swap out my much more silver for gold at a better rates in the future. Well, if things continue the way they're going right now, then you will be exactly right, Dog Soldier. But remember, even amidst this big sharp increase, it's exciting to see silver do this. It is. I can't help but be excited. At $57.20 an ounce, it's very exciting. A new nominal all-time high blowing through the previous all-time highs in 2011 and 1980 in nominal dollars. However, this fast, rapid move upward will have a correction. Just understand that. We're going to see a correction at some point in time. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know how much farther it's going to climb up, but we'll see. But so far, up $0.75 right now, again, to $57.20. I'm showing the high now is at $57.26, which means there could be rapid trading in between some of these numbers where those spikes have made their way through there. So we may call this a 7th time that we just missed it. Well, I'll still call it 6 times that we've seen it because we didn't actually see it on the screen here. But let's take a look at the volume, shall we? Just for gits and shiggles. And we can see the volume, though it is slowed down a bit, it is there. And of course, this little gap right here kind of concerns me. And that's about a 5-minute gap here where it's got to fill in. But we've seen that before. But the volume has tapered off a bit here. Now, the Shanghai markets will open up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is an hour and change from right now. But this is very interesting, exciting to see here. Trooper 5707 has became a channel member. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. And yeah, Northern Hillbilly, $50 silver very well could be the new bottom. Although I'm not quite as convinced of that yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet, but we'll see. We'll see here. Let's take a look here. Let's refresh this, see what we've got. 57.32, folks, for the 7th time tonight now. We can now claim a new all-time high for silver measured nominally. That's right, that's measured in these dollars as they stand now, not adjusted for inflation. But this is a big deal, folks. $57.32. We are $2 $2.68 away from $60, which 75% of you believe we're going to see by Friday. Who knows? At this pace, we may see it tonight. I don't think that's going to happen, but hey, it is quite possible. Look at this. Man, what a wild move we're seeing for silver tonight. This is something else. Smashing through. That data, the cooling system, the cooling excuse for the CME shutdown. Well, if their intended effect was to suppress the price of silver, they've grossly miscalculated, as we are now 80 cents now, 82 cents up now here for the for silver tonight to $57.27 with a high of $57.34 that we just saw there. 7 times tonight. Crazy. Yeah, JC, don't look at Yahoo. That's probably futures price is what you're seeing there. All right, it's probably futures price. Good to see you guys. We almost have 1,400 viewers here, and I'm not sure if that's a record or not, live viewers. But this is exciting. This is the only channel that does a market watch, by the way. Every Sunday night we do this, regardless. And so if you're new here, I hope you will consider subscribing, if for anything, for this broadcast, which we have been doing for a number of years. This is the only channel that does it. So I appreciate you guys being here, and we're watching this things move very rapidly. The silver market is up dramatically tonight, up 86 cents now to up $57.31. The record high was $57.34. Just something else. All right, very, very good. Let's get over here to LC Flooring. And, oh, thank you again, Hoosier Stacker. You were the man. I appreciate you, my brother. JP Morgan just built a huge building, and it's moving more to New York. He might have moved the traders that work that area closer. Could be. And, yeah, they built a huge new skyscraper. That's exactly right. They sure did do that. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much, Medic. Yes, we do it very consistently. Tonight, as we watch these markets move, it is something else. Wild, wild indeed. And let's see here. A Watcher Ruth says, another false flag for convenience. Stop the melt now. Yes, indeed. Hold on to your silver, folks. Northern Hillbilly, JP Morgan, the Fed are Zionist banksters. Well, they're just banksters. There's a lot of people that are not Zionists that work at JP Morgan. Can't blame everything on the Jews, Northern Hillbilly. It's crazy. Teddy Bess, go get him, Sal. Thank you. We try here. We try. Yes, indeed. All right, now we've got this. We've got gold up $4, $4,223.70. Silver up dramatically tonight, up 78 cents now, pulling back slightly from its all-time highs to $57.23. Look at that. It's amazing. And wild indeed. Platinum is up $29. Palladium up $30 tonight. Yeah. Crazy. Watching these things move up dramatically. It is something else. What a night it has been. Everything in the green solidly. Palladium, though, is actually the big mover tonight. 2% increase, up $30 to $15.03. We see it now reaching. About half of its all-time high, by the way. Palladium got to 2,900 and change for its all-time high ever a few years ago. And there it is. All right, let's see here. And so that's what we're watching here. We're going to keep an eye on this. But we witnessed here on this broadcast for 7 times we saw silver reach a new all-time high. It's crazy. Very historic year. Very historic night for silver. Indeed. It is shining. We are in a bull run for silver, no question. And it is possible. Folks, I will say this as somebody who likes to be as realistic about silver as possible. And don't mistake that for me being anti-silver, as several commenters have made. Because if I was anti-silver, you wouldn't see a bunch of silver on my channel. Almost different silver almost every single time. I've got a full stack of silver that I've shown on my channel that I've never sold any of it. But nonetheless, we very well could see coming silver going to all-time highs when adjusted for inflation. That is quite a possibility that I'm not ruling out at this point. That is something, that's a big deal, by the way, especially considering the anomaly that was 1980, which I pretty much have written off as something that should not be used to average for what you should value your silver at, by the way. But it is possible. All right. All right, very good. Zephiel, the futures price is for them to take possession this month or begging of January at latest. Yeah, and I don't know exactly when those times everything expire, those options expire, or when you got to take delivery or what have you, or how that's done. But yeah, but I'm going to be talking about that to some extent here. Well, to a lot of an extent, actually, in tomorrow morning's video. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow morning's video, by the way. Yes, indeed. Very good. Yes, and MG is exactly right. Adjusted for inflation, I am actually 153 years old. That's true. That's a very good point. He nailed that one. Exactly right. Adjusted for inflation, I'm 153 years old. Let's get to here. We have got, let's see here. We'll get to that one in a moment. Carrie Tarrant would not surprise me in the least. Crooks, all of them. Well, I tell you, we'll see there. There's a lot of skepticism, and understandably so. And more FUD titles. Well, the left coast, I've talked to you about this in another comment. And here's the thing is the left coast, or I left the coast, fully admitted that he doesn't watch all my videos, or doesn't watch the whole video before he comments. He'll put 3 or 4 comments in all capital letters and call my titles clickbait and say they're just FUD titles. Well, if you're not going to watch the video and you're just going to call it a FUD title and get frustrated, there's no reason for you to be here. I left the coast. You can leave the channel if you don't like my titles, and don't watch the video, but make your comments. So nothing is a bigger pet peeve than somebody like I left the coast. It just and people that comment on a video without watching the video. It's total ignorance. I don't know why people do that, but people need to get on their ADD meds again and pay attention to what I say in the videos. All right, Dave Goo says, if this is true, it's a good news because Singapore has strict laws and will not allow price manipulation to tarnish our image. Yep, and I referenced that in the video itself too, because yes, exactly. That's why it doesn't make sense for them to do that, because they were under investigation as late as 2019, in the middle of a trial, by the way, or right in the midst of heating up to that trial. But yes, indeed. All right. Adam's thoughts might be escaping that socialist mayor before he figures the city deserves a fair share. Well, like as was mentioned, it's a good point. They just built a huge new skyscraper there in New York, so they're kind of stuck there. All right, we have got this here. We have got silver up 64 cents, pulling back some of its gains tonight, cooling off slightly, to use a pun. It is now $57.09 right now, up 64 cents. Gold's up $4.80. Platinum and palladium both are trading more hot, much hotter than silver and gold tonight. Up 26 for platinum, up 22 for palladium. And like I said, this kind of doesn't surprise me to some extent, because we have silver. Essentially, the volume is pulled back considerably. Well, yeah, about half of what it was at the open. And gold's volume says here, gold's volume also not nearly as heavy, by the way, for gold's volume here as silver tonight. Silver's where most of the action is here as we continue to watch this. All right. And let's see here. Defender, billionaires of a feather graphed together. There you go. All right. And Jay Kasak says here, interesting thought here. What if it was a cyber attack? It very well could have been. It needs to be investigated. I do not rule that out. But it may be a cyber attack that really had nothing to do with manipulating silver. It just wanted to attack and disrupt. There have been a lot of instances with air travel and internet outages lately. Indeed, there has been. You're right. There sure has been. Exactly right about that. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let us see here. All right, algorithmic toilet on here from Matt Bittner. Thank you. Silver to the moon, a giant gap up today would prove all the rumors true. What rumors? A lot of his comments don't make any sense, but okay. Lindell555 says, I believe everything is under their manipulation. Thanks, Al. Okay, all right. And a lot of people believe that. And see, there's manipulation in all markets everywhere. Manipulation is a very, very broad term, by the way. Very, very broad term. Richard Metcalf, interesting. I hope for a follow-up. Yes. Love to know what's going on with the data center. Of course, are we going to trust whatever the investigation puts us? And I'm not sure. All right. Let's see here. Singapore, what? No way. Yeah, it's crazy. Singapore. To the moon, says North Star Stacker. All right, to the moon. And we have got this here. Hypersonic bullion. I'm not trying to kill you, Sal, so I'm going to keep you off the floor for your health. All right. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Oh, we just got this. I'm sorry. It's been such a crazy night. We did get a $5 PayPal from somebody. $5. I don't want to say the name because they didn't put their. But if you give that earlier in the PayPal, thank you so much, very much to whoever sent that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Very good. All right. So whoever sent that PayPal, thanks. Those are very kind because I don't have to worry about the fees. YouTube takes 30% of the super chats, and if you send it friends and family, there's no taxes on it either, which is nice. All right. Paul Tissue, always take anything Bill Still claims with a grain of salt. All right. Yep, indeed. I think we should. That's one expensive cat, Sal. That gets it right. Very expensive kitty. All right. Let's see here. Hypersonic bullion. Roll of uncirculated Benjis mined as soon as the LCS opens. All right. $400. Uncirculated Benjis. Yes, I would like to see that email too. Yep. Amen. Dang it, Sal. Not bad. Thank you so much, Hypersonic Bullion. You are the man. Appreciate that. Johnny B says here, I believe in Singapore they cut off your hands for theft. Yeah, they're pretty strict down there for sure with this. Indeed they are. And YouTube won't let me like this video. Oh man, probably cooling issues. Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Well, thank you for trying. I appreciate that very much. Be well, America first. We will be praying for you. Indeed. That's right. And Robert Tolmer will look at the markets again after this. We're going through some of these comments is what we do in between. Here we have fun on this broadcast. I'm glad you guys are with me here tonight. There were some uglurages lately, especially the other night when they had to stop the place from overheating. No telling. Yep. A lot of stuff happening at once. Oh, man. Bill P. Thank you so much, Bill P., for the $9.99 super chat. For all the people that want to criticize you, just remember, most of us really enjoy your videos when we find them very informative. Well, thank you. That's very kind. And I try to keep that in perspective, for sure. The ones that just want to talk smack just to get your own channel, that's right. Thank you. And I appreciate that, Bill. And I do try to keep that in perspective. In fact, I'm more and more importantly, what I've been doing more and more lately is, I mean, I don't mind people being critical with constructive criticism without the insults, but the people who just insult, like I had a guy who said, block this channel and never watch it again. I just deleted that guy. I just blocked him. And but thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. And I do appreciate you guys that are, and again, I'm not immune from, I make mistakes and I get things wrong plenty of times, and I always appreciate when people approach me respectfully with any criticism, and I welcome everybody's suggestions and comments, no matter what your viewpoints are. Most people will do that. If they do it, then they will do it respectfully. Get well, America first. That's exactly right. All right, SoCal, Johnny, let's get to the markets again. All right, we're seeing silver pull back some of its gains tonight, still up a fair amount. but this is somewhat to be expected as the volume of trading has pulled back. And there's probably a little been some opportunity selling at that increase. It's now below a 1% climb. We saw it get up as high as $57.34. If you are just joining us, we witnessed in this broadcast tonight, and 7 times silver reached a new all-time high when adjusted, nominally, and measured in nominal dollars. It's crazy what we saw tonight. Something else. All right, whoa, we just got this. Oh, man, thank you so much. We got a $25 PayPal, friends and family. I don't want to say that if you do send a PayPal, friends and family, I really appreciate that. Just put your account name in there because I don't want to use your real name here. But thank you so much for that to whoever sent this, $25. Thank you again. You guys are awesome. But yeah, so I can properly shout you out. There was another one was sent earlier for $5 and then one for $25. So if you can let me know who you are, I want to properly thank you. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. As we watch tonight is history in the making for sure. Silver moving up dramatically here tonight. $56.98. It did get as high as $57.34. We're going to revisit those again here momentarily. Let's get over here and see what we've got. With SoCal Johnny says this: if there's one person that I trust on the internet, it's Ben Still. Okay, well, somebody else said that they don't trust him, and you're saying Ben Still. I think his name is Bill Still, but anyways, the only question is if the email is valid. If it is, and the next question is why. Wonder if Singapore has an extradition treaty with the U.S. Interesting questions. Hopefully we'll find out. And I do hope that that if it does find out that it's just not true, I hope that Bill Still will come back and correct the record. Yes, indeed. All right. And Greg Ziegler says, first I heard such JP got his hands in the cookie jar. Again, whatever is happening, one can be sure it's in their best interest and not ours. Yeah, well, it's in our best interest to hold on to the gold and silver that we have that can't manipulate the physical that's in our possession, for sure. And let's see here. Let's take a look at this. We've got David Cash. I heard about this 10 hours ago. There's traders in their entire families. They're already there. Well, and I talked about that in the video too. They said that was happened by the end of the week. And that would have been Friday or Saturday, I guess, technically. Sunday begins a new week. So, but it just seems very, very quick. And I think it's highly unlikely this has occurred, especially considering the new tower they put. All right. Let's see here. What do we have here? My suspicious mind makes me wonder if this is some kind of protection against possible government confiscation. Yeah, I don't know how you can make that correlation, but everybody's mind is going to be wandering on this for sure, but we need to see if there's any validity to it or if it's just noise. All right, Dave says, anyone in tech knows that a system like this is triple redundant on everything, and these exchanges spend crazy amounts of money on IT infrastructures to ensure outages don't happen. In other words, they aren't Comcast. Add to this the suspect timing, the motivation to impress silver as well as the fact that it was a light trading day, and the odds of this being a naturally occurring outage are infinitesimally small. Well, I've had other people that are in tech that say there's only 2 levels of redundancy. But I think you have to take into account the actual structure itself, the environment from which they operate, and the redundancy behind that, which means there could be 4 levels of redundancy in terms of the cooling and the environment. But nonetheless, these do happen, and I mentioned 3 or 4 other times where it has happened in the past, just not to this extent. And there's never a convenient time for it to happen, by the way. It's always inconvenient. All right. Let's see here. All right, Raymond says here, complete BS. I do fiber optics into DC, and there's always multiple backups and redundancies in these places. Sounds like a particular cartel-like group wanted to keep the prices down and got scared they were going to lose control. Yeah, who knows? Or just a hacker that wanted to disrupt the trading system, because it wasn't just silver that was affected, by the way. And that's what I talked about. It was a whole lot of other things that were affected as well. Um, and let's see here. Let's get over here. Let's do one more, shall we? Then we'll take a look at the markets after this. One more comment here, and we'll get back to the comments. Tonight's market watch will be interesting. Indeed it is, Snakebite. Are you here, Snakebite? Because it is interesting indeed. It is a wild night for sure. And the silver now trading back above $57 an ounce yet again. And we did see it get up to $57.34 earlier in the broadcast for the 7th time, reaching a new nominal high. Never before seen on this channel or anywhere else. With silver up 61 cents to $57.06 right now. Silver market heating up a little bit again. Gold up $3.40, up 0.08%. Platinum up 25 and palladium up 25. Those two metals are performing better than silver right now. Crazy. So wild time indeed for the markets. All right. And if you are here, if you're just popping in tonight, I do this Sunday night market watch every Sunday night. Hope you will consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. And press the thumbs up on this live stream while you're here. I'd like to get over 1,000 likes if we can. And so watching these markets move in real time, it's been an amazing night. Johnny Guns says here, thanks for all your hard work, Sal. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I'm going to try my best. I just grabbed 50 ounces of silver this weekend. Can't wait for your Sunday night market watch. Well, Johnny, we are here, and congratulations because silver's up notably since you made your purchase. Wow, 50 ounces is a big deal, a big move, and I think we may see more and more people doing the purchases here as it moves up. But remember, when you purchase physical silver, always purchase with the possibility in mind that it could fall right back down. It could fall back below $50 an ounce very quickly. If it does, hold on to your silver anyway. There's more to silver than just its price, so just keep that in mind. Thank you, guys. Good to see all of you guys here tonight. Yeah, we're slurping some coffee, get some hot cocoa. The coffee is lukewarm to chilly. I've got only a little bit of chaser here, but we're going to keep rocking and rolling here through this broadcast. Ardell says, cannot wait to hear more about this in the coming week. Very interesting, Sal. Thanks for the info. Thank you. Diamond fist, that's right. And by the way, that's a term that I've kind of coined here from the diamond hands. I take it a step further with a diamond fist. A tightened grip, everybody. Type tighten grip in the comment section or in the chat here, because that's what you want on your silver, a tightened grip with the pressure and time of a diamond. That's a diamond fist. You hold on to your silver so tight with your fist, it creates that diamond fist. That's what it's about with a tightened grip. What creates diamonds? Pressure and time. Oh yeah, good stuff. That's what it's about. Hold on to that core stack. That's really what it's about for me. All right, Bozo, I smell bovine manure in this story. Yep, I've probably been a little bit more gracious to Mr. Still on this, but I think more I think about it, it probably is bovine manure. But the conspiracy people in the comments will be drooling over nothing. Yeah, and that's why I try to bring reports like this to question. For people to question the narrative that there's a lot of this conspiracy theory stuff, and yes, it's fine to question things. I question a lot of stuff, but we just can't automatically go into the conclusion that everything is a conspiracy or everything they're all out to get you. Sometimes there could be some of that in some parts of it. I'm not ruling it out for anything. There's been a lot of activity, but I don't automatically go there, and I don't think you should too. We need to be as realistic as possible. All right, moving ahead here, looking at the markets again. It is now just right at $57 for the ask price, 12 cents below that in the bid price, which has been the spread for quite a while now, 12 cents. It used to be a dime's worth of difference between the bid and ask price. It's now 12 cents, but we're still sitting at $57. We have broken here tonight in this broadcast for 7 times. We saw silver creep up, breaking record after record until it hit $57.34, which I think is probably going to be the top of the market overnight until New York opens tomorrow. We'll see what happens when COMEX starts trading. We'll see. And but let me know what your thoughts are if you think we're going to see silver reach $60 by this Friday. 76% of you out of 1,444 votes believe that will be the case. If you have partook in the poll, I hope you would consider pressing the thumbs up button. Silver Shelby is reporting we have 848. Our goal tonight is to get 1,000 thumbs up. So if you're here and you haven't done so already, help me get to 1,000 thumbs up in this broadcast. I would appreciate that. Have a good night, Cyber Curtain Twitcher. You are the man. I appreciate you. Check out CCT's channel. Great member of the community. He's been here as long as I have. He creates his own CCT silver slide. Good stuff. Yes, indeed. And always good to see Dean R. And Dean, give my best to Tony Erickson. We're praying for him. Appreciate you, Dean. You're awesome. Glad you're here. Silver now below $57 barely. It's $56.98. So there's some fight in silver. There's working. There's some people that are trying to take a little bit of profits here. So some are selling in the aftermarket here. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens overnight with silver. But man, wild to see it go up over $57 tonight. What a night it has been. All right. Let us get back to some of the comments and see what some of you folks are saying here. We've got Daniel. Can we officially say that this time it's different? I think we can. Overall, in terms of silver's price, we can say it's different, although it is more closely related to 2011 than not. And so, yes, there is that similarity. All right, the silver heist says here, maybe moving the trading desk overseas puts the trades out of reach of U.S. regulators, but Singapore does not take kindly to some criminals. That's exactly right. Not sure about financial crimes, though. Yep, you're right, and it is about financial crimes, too. So that would be a very poor choice. Very, very poor choice. All right, we're at 893 thumbs up. So we're getting closer to 1,000. Appreciate you guys. And I do appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. It means a lot to me that you're here. We do this every Sunday night consistently, and I'm glad you're with us. We got that Jan MC 6063 says here, and I quote, huge news with a question mark. That will happen when we have Russian and Chinese soldiers marching in our streets, but mainstream media reporting record unemployment with an unstoppable military. ENMC, you're completely missing the point here. Because if you think it's not anything other than military soldiers marching in our streets and an attack on a nation, that is only huge news, well, you're wrong. You're completely missing the point here. You can't conflate, or you can't just make a comparison like that. That's ridiculous. Brown Dog Prospecting. Luckily, I bought Thursday, but waiting for markets to open today. I think it's going to be an interesting day and week. Diamond Fist, you're right. It sure is. So far, it's proving to be the case at this moment in time. Jonathan Crocker, he says, it is possible that this is their London and New York way of letting everyone know that they have zero silver, none, zilch, nada. I guess that's slightly possible, but I think there's still silver there. I do think that there is a lot of, we would know it if they really didn't have any silver. We would know that for sure. I don't think they would be able to hide it. I really don't think they would be able to hide it. All right. Quarter statistics. If that's true, they will get exposed for their years of manipulation, as they will be able to deliver, but not from the USA. Yes. True. JP Morgan and others should be investigated for price manipulation here now. I don't know how their guilt could be more obvious. Well, I would love to find out what that guilt is, Daily McComb. How are they guilty now? How is it so obvious? If it was so obvious and provable in a court of law, they would more than likely, I know it's just going to be hard to hear, but more than likely they would be charged by the CFTC. And by the way, as I mentioned in the video, JP Morgan has been convicted of and sentenced for price manipulation from 2008 to 2016. Covered it on this channel. That investigation happened in 2 presidential administrations. And I would think probably with the reforms that Donald Trump has done, there's going to be any kind of the investigation's probably got the right people in place to do that right now. The rats are scattering. There you go, Michael K. It could be. Yes. Let's take a look at the markets again, shall we? We revisit these very often. We're seeing somewhat of a pullback now in the price of silver's gains. However, it is still up about 50 cents an ounce, 49 cents to be exact, $56.94. And silver price is up tonight considerably. And we did see very briefly it dropped 2 cents. And I thought we might see the beginning of a little bit of a correction, but that has not happened. And there it is. There it is. So silver up 49 cents. We did reach a session high, and an all-time high of $57.34 earlier in the night. So there it is. Wild night indeed. Okay. So there's where the markets are. They're moving rapidly, but they're starting to slow down a little bit here. The volume of trading has pulled back. But I'm telling you what, it has pulled back, but it's been relatively consistent for a little while tonight. So there's a back and forth movement here. I think things could change fairly dramatically once the Shanghai opens. And I don't know if Tokyo opened, but I don't think they're as big. But we'll see here. We'll see what happens. All right. Joey Libs, are there any more crypto holders or precious metal holders? Are there more crypto holders or precious metal holders? Probably more crypto holders is my guess. By a long shot. I think there's more people that have run into the excitement of that than there are actual precious metal holders. Although if you count rings and things like that, rings and jewelry, then you could probably count them, but they're not really considered stackers. Okay, attorney Michael Eline says they do have silver. Hypothecation and rehypothecation Ponzi scheme means they do not have anywhere near enough. That's right. Yep. Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, Michael. I mean, you're exactly right. They do not, and they've not had enough to deliver in a long time. But here's the thing about those paper markets with the amount that's deliverable, and I'm going to be talking about that very subject in tomorrow's video. That's a very good point that he's making here, Michael is, the attorney, is they don't have enough to deliver. But most of those will never stand for delivery. They won't even be asked for because most paper traders, they know, well, they think they're buying silver, but they're really buying the exposure to silver's price. That's it. They are not buying silver itself. In other words, they click a mouse button, they get it for pennies on the dollar in premiums, next to no premiums when they buy or sell, and then when they want to sell, they don't want the bar, they don't want silver, they want money, they want cash. They'll do that. Good. All right. Nice. And attorney Michael Aline has dumped all of his crypto and got gold and silver. Now he's up over 100%. Way to go. That is awesome. That is awesome. But remember, even if it loses half that value, you're still up 50% if it loses half its price. And I always tell folks, this is a market that's very volatile right now. And yes, that's right. Yep. Well, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I know I keep saying that, but tomorrow's video is pretty important because I'm very close to making a strong suggestion about ETFs. So stay tuned for that. But you're exactly right. So good. That's very good. That's congratulations for making that move. That's smart. All right. When does digital currency become a means of government control? Pretty much the minute it gets enacted, I would say. As much as they hate to admit it, they would deny it. Gray Fox, you don't just close the offices overnight unless you're facing criminal charges in Singapore and New York. That's exactly right. That would be too obvious, and they wouldn't be able to do that. All right. Blue water stacks of drug smuggling, trafficking, banksters class is bailing out. This is huge. All right. Thank you, Blue Water. Let's do this and see what we've got with the markets again. Back over $57 an ounce again. Now up 72 cents. Silver's making a little bit of a comeback here as we trade into the night. Up 72 cents. $57.17 for silver. Boom. Big moves for silver. Back comfortably above that, even in the bid price. So wild. Wild indeed. Crazy times we're looking at it. Gold up $8.80, up 0.21%. Platinum up 1.52%, up $25. Palladium up 2%, up $30, over $1,500. It's what a wild move indeed we're seeing. All right. And let's see. So that brings the gold to silver ratio to 74.2 now. 74.20. For the gold to silver ratio. Man, what a night it has been. What a night it has been. All right. Let's see here. Let's get to this here. What does he have to say? Colin Berlin. Let's not forget that most large players understands what may happen well before the public does. Singapore has very strict anti-theft laws and views. Gold like property, just like Switzerland, they're a very good country to protect against confiscation. First, they confiscate, then they reevaluate. Get ready, Americans, you're in for a wild ride. If this is true, which I seriously doubt it is, but yes, we shall see. All right. Very good. Let's see here. Greg Olson, I was just looking at the Eagle Maple values of Singapore web deal. All right, what a coincidence. Interesting indeed. All right, Victor Xavier. Hey, Xavier, thank you so much for the 5 spot. Sell if silver were to hit 65, would it be even more difficult to sell compared to when it was 54 and refineries at LCS to stop buying? Probably so, Victor, because probably even now, you can probably see an influx of people or a massive amount of people selling at this point in time. I think we're going to start to see that pick up again at $57 an ounce. I do. So, and this is why I have been such a strong proponent of constitutional silver, and basically saying, hey, this is the time to buy the stuff because they're not buying it from you. You buy it from them. I mean, to me, it's such a no-brainer. My constitutional is a great way to go right now. Okay, let's see here. We've got Teresa's solution because New York City and other large cities will be under martial law very soon. Well, I tell you what, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But people are worried about Mom Dami getting into office. We'll see how that plays out. Marvin, it's certainly to be a cowardly act if true. Yes, indeed. Not the end of economy, not yet. That's right. It's not the end of the economy. And it's over. They short it back down again today. D. Fraser, have you been paying attention? We're watching the markets right now. I don't call this shorting silver. It's up 77 cents now. It's getting closer to yet another all-time high as I'm here broadcasting live. It's up 1.37%, up 77 cents now to $57.22. We're 12 cents away from the all-time high nominally. So there it is. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's get back over here. Dream more. I moved the crazy way. My monitor by 3 weeks, by 3 feet. There you go. That's the way to do it. Hello, Mario. Let's see here. And we says hello. Very good. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. I'm not sure what that means or why that's there, but anyways, Fort Knox empty. Hussein booted it last term. All right, well, we don't know. According to a lot of people think that it's gone, but we'd like to see an audit to at least put some of the rumors to rest. Some, not all. You'll never convince everybody. Let's see here. Okay, Coins A to Z says here, and I quote, it makes most sense to apply Occam's razor, the principle of parsimony. Making the least amount of unwarranted assumptions tends to be the most correct reason for why a thing in question happened, to events where we don't know the actual underlying reason. That's true. Occam's razor is usually right in these cases, for sure. Although I don't know, and I think probably that would lead to probably just being an accident. But hey, we'll see. An investigation should be done either way. But yep, you're right. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, we got it's a dog eat dog world. Chimes in with this. They lied about pausing trading so the general public does not pile into silver. They paused it so that to halt movement, but lied about reason. My 2 cents. Okay, that's your opinion that they lied, but did they? I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Very good. Thank you, Jeff Welch. Good. By the way, good to see all of you guys here. Appreciate you being here with me tonight. You guys are amazing. We're watching these markets move in real time. We witnessed history 7 times tonight in this broadcast as silver has reached all-time highs over and over again. It is now pulled back, but as of in the last couple of minutes here, it's starting to regain traction again. It's up 73 cents now to $57.18. If you are here and new, I do this every Sunday night. We watch the markets move, and I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. And also, if you haven't done so already, we're trying to get 1,000 thumbs up in this broadcast. I think we're over 900 now, so I hope you will consider pressing the thumbs up button. And let's see here. All right. Cedric Myers, they locking people into the blockchain serfdom 2.0. Hey, we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's see here. Singapore is famous for money washing. All right. I've heard they're very strict on that, on crimes and stuff there, but we'll see here. All right. Oh, man. All right. There we go. So Paul Tissue has been very kind. I'm going to pin his comment. He says that he will he will send 5 gift memberships if we reach 1,000 thumbs up. Thank you, Paul Tissue, for that. And very nice indeed. And Tucson Bubba with a 5 spot for a slurp. Thank you so much. We're at 964 thumbs up now, so we just need just less than 40 more. Thank you. Appreciate it here. There's a slurp for Tucson Bubba. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Very nice. So thumb this broadcast up, and Paul Tissue will send out 5 channel gift memberships. We're at 993 now, it says Ominous Rooster, so we just need 7 more. Savinator says 1,000. All right, very cool. Wow, thank you. Appreciate that. We're there. Appreciate you guys. All right, very good. Well, now some are reporting 994 again, so I don't know. But just keep liking the live stream if you haven't done so already. So maybe we'll get comfortably. Oh, Paul Tissue has confirmed it with 5 Salivate Metal Gift memberships. Thank you, Paul Tissue. Look at that. If you received one of those, thank you to Paul Tissue. And DL Stacker has sent 10 of them out. Thank you, DL Stacker. Wow. Look at that. And as we move up now from DL Stacker and Paul Tissue, silver has gone up. It's almost like the channel gift memberships are pushing the price of silver up. Now 1.42% up 80 cents to $57.25. We are 9 cents away from the all-time high. Will we get it? We'll see here. Thank you so much, Shama. You liked it a lot. There you go. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Very cool. Look at that. Thank you, DL Stacker, Paul Tissue, Tucson Bubba. You guys are amazing. Look at this. Watching silver move dramatically 9 cents away from its all-time high. Will we reach it again and break a new one for the 8th time? We've seen it happen 7 times before. Can we go for the lucky number 8? We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this market a little bit longer. It has been something else. You guys are amazing. Thanks again for the thumbs up and for sticking around here. We're going to watch this thing move in real time as we have. And I tell you what, as Northern Hillbilly says, people are awakening. And it would be nice to see more physical silver stackers come into the market here. That's what we really need, even though it would be a blip on our radar because physical silver stackers don't really have the power that we thought we had. We knew that from the first silver squeeze movement, although it's empowering to us as individuals, and that's really what matters. It's about sending a message individually to hold wealth outside of the system. True, sound money, wealth that will indeed definitely empower you as an individual. Withholding silver in your physical possession. That's French for possession. There you go. All right. Cool. All right. Nice. All right. Somebody gifted attorney Michael Eline a gift membership as well. Check his channel out. He's a good lawyer. Definitely. Yep. And let's see here. Let's see what we've got with some of these other comments that have made their way through here tonight. We have got Steve C. Very concerning. Let's see what the markets does on Sunday Live. All right, well, we're here tonight, Steve C. I hope you will join me if you're not here already. Good crowd with us tonight, so it has been an amazing thing to watch these markets move. You can run, but you can't hide. Indeed, you can't. That's right. You cannot hide. True that. Any sources for the news? Well, Mr. Milano, if you watch the video, you will get the answer to that question. Always, before you comment, asking any question, make sure you watch the video all the way through. Very important, very important. Because more likely, I'm not going to answer your question if the answer is in the video. John Knox, maybe Epstein's banker Jamie Dimon is fleeing the country and moving to Singapore. Hey, you never know. You never can know. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, look at this, folks. Silver now up 84 cents. It was 57.31 just a second ago. Now it's up 84 cents at 57.29, up almost 1.5%. Look at that. It's trying again to fight. It's trying again to fight indeed. So we'll see here. Will it get us back to the all-time high again? We'll see. We shall see. Guys are awesome. All right. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Platinum is up 2% now. Palladium up 2.58%. So the platinum group metals are really rocking tonight. And that might be one of the reasons why silver, I think the industrial grade metals are moving in that regard. And but I tell you what, it is something else to see here tonight. Watching silver creep up now, up 87 cents. We are 2 cents away from tying the all-time. Oh, look at this, folks! It has just happened for the 8th time. For the 8th time, we have a new all-time high for silver measured in nominal dollars. Celebration! Look at that. Vindication for the long-time stacker. But remember, as excited as we get on this, just remember, it could go the other way. It could go back down again. But this is something to see in history for now the 8th time. In this broadcast tonight, we are seeing silver reach a nominal high. $57.35, well, now 36 cents, which means it probably spiked up in between there. Up 90 cents, almost a dollar. That we're seeing right now, and move up from the beginning of the night. The overall movement from the low to the high is well above a dollar. 56.14 being the low one. But look at this, a nominal high. This leaves us to under $17 to reach an all-time high when adjusted for inflation, assuming that it's about $74 an ounce. But, it's crazy. This is unreal indeed. What a thing to see. 1.6% increase. Look at that. Wow. All right. Now, if we see this happen again for the ninth time, I'm gonna keep my I'm gonna do it in a monotone voice in a very dull expression. So if we see it go up to the ninth time, I'm gonna do it in the most boring way possible. Stay tuned for that. That's gonna be exciting. When you see me report on the ninth time that silver reaches an all-time high, uh, nominally, and I'm going to do it in such a dull, boring way, as if it's not a big deal. You're going to hear the monotone, you're going to hear the absolute boredom in my voice when that happens, if it happens. So stay tuned for that. For the ninth time, silver just broke another record, okay? It's up $57.36, but the high is showing 57.37. Probably a couple cent move, but nominal high, big deal. Who cares? Just silver. What do we care? I'm done. This is boring. Get out of here. What are you all doing here? Don't you have a life? This is so dull. Good grief. What else could you be doing? Who cares if the trading volume is high? Do I give a rat's furry butt if the trading volume is high? I don't care. Do I care one bit that silver is at $57.36 and holding? No, I don't. What are you smoking? What are you people doing here? This is so... Actually, now it's turned into disgust. Now it went from being just bored to being disgusted with everybody. Sorry, I'm done. All right, here we go. Where's the brandy? I don't know. Find her, bring her here. I like to have a lady by my side right now. Where's Brandy when you need her? It's crazy. No, I'm excited. Here we go. All right, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see here. Now it's pulled back a little bit. I guess it got offended by me being bored about the silver market. Still up over 1.5%, but we saw it happen 9 times. I'm looking for 10. I want 10 times up. Pretty good. Over $80 in the next few months. It could happen. Could happen. Anything's possible for sure. Yeah, we're going to be, stay tuned on this channel. I'm going to give my price predictions for next year at the very end of this year, in the next month, in the beginning of 2026. So we'll see here, but look at that. All right, we're watching it very closely. I'm going to get very excited if we see it go up for a 10th time on this channel. We'll see. We'll broadcast a little longer here to see what we've got, but you guys are wonderful. Appreciate you being here as we peruse our way through this broadcast. Let's get into what some of you are saying in the comment section now. Maria, we love Maria. The voice is nice. I just need a hug. I wish I could give you a big warm hug right now. Maria, that'd be fun. Suspicious Minds, Elvis Presley. I'm always fascinated with anything to do with currency. Thanks for your due diligence, Sal. Well, thank you, Maria. Appreciate it. I'm fascinated with currencies and precious metals, but I'm also fascinated with hugs. So I'm all about the hugs. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see. Let's move on to the next comment and see what's happening here. And let's see here where we're going. Dinar, I moved my desk too, but only like 2 feet. There you go. All right, I'm going to move my chair like 2 inches. I just moved my chair 2 inches. You only heard me do it, barely, but there was nothing that I could prove that I actually did it, but I did move my chair 2 inches. Mario, obviously socialism in New York is going to be an issue. Yes, very well could be. It is going to be a problem for sure there if it's implemented, as he proclaims. Mamdami. Okay, we got Great Fox says here, couple this with JP Morgan moves at the exact same time something big is going down. Well, I tell you, a lot of people are speculating a lot of different things. We'll see how it plays out. But there's also a lot of rumors going around too. So we'll see here. All right. Oh, yeah. And a lot of good participation in our poll tonight. 76% of you out of 1,685 votes believe we're going to see silver hit $60 this week. $60 this week. So we'll see here. Very good. All right. And we've got Dirk Laviera Spieler. For the last 20 years, I've been hearing JP Morgan has been manipulating the metals market. Yep. I know. We've heard it so much. It's just kind of becoming. But they have, though, to some extent. We've talked about it on this channel. We're actually caught up with the comments. Pretty amazing. We've caught up in the comments here. Look at this, folks. For the 10th time. 1-0, silver has reached a new all-time high 10 times tonight, up 99 cents to $57.44 silver. Wow. Boom. And then it's pulled back a little bit here, but almost a full dollar tonight, now up 1.69%, but it got up. Now, again, the high is showing 1 cent higher than that, probably because it's rounding up or whatever, but 57.45, we might as well say it. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Crazy. There you go, Hoosier Stacker. 2 inches in my mind, but in reality, 2 millimeters. That's probably more accurate for sure. I tend to over-exaggerate how I move. That's right. All right, very good. So there it is. Look at that. Gold now up $10.50, but pales in comparison to silver's movement. This has now narrowed the gold to silver ratio to below 74 again, 73.82. Silver is, by all intents and purposes, on fire tonight. It's explosive. Mark Bernard is showing there with that emoticon. Look at this. Crazy. Razor Ready says, Sal, I'm pretty sure you agree with me that there is no silver shortage. Have you changed your mind? No, I've not changed my mind. The silver shortages, when I say a silver shortage, it just means that there is supply chain issues. There's a shortage at a certain time in a certain part of the silver market. But I agree with you, Mark Razor, that there's not a silver shortage overall. There's still silver. Now there is not enough demand to meet that silver production year over year, but there's a lot of silver that can be had from different sources, and they are getting it, using it. But I do agree with you to this day, Mark Razor, that there is no overall silver shortage. And that is looking at the broad spectrum of all the silver that's out there in various different ways, recycling that's picking up and alike. But in terms of certain aspects of the silver market, like the LBMA, well, it was getting pretty slim. And right now in the SGE and the Shanghai Futures Exchange, it's getting pretty slim there too. They're short on silver for what they usually has. So there it is. Look at this, folks. It is amazing to see silver's price for 10 times tonight. We saw it reach a record high nominally. Amazing. Amazing indeed. 57.45 is what it was. It is now 5 cents below that right now as it's pulled back only slightly, up 95 cents consistently here over the past minute or two to $57.40. And now it's up 88 cents at 57.33, but we're going to see this back and forth a little bit. Man. Yeah, oh, Bitcoin. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. I'm kind of curious. Yes, I am curious about that. Let me see here. What is Bitcoin doing right now? Bitcoin is actually, yes, down 3.75% to $87,433 per Bitcoin. And silver is going up. And I'm wondering how many crypto people are moving into the precious metals. I would love to know. That is going to be an interesting poll to take. I don't know how we do that, but we're going to see. It's crazy. All right. Watching these markets move in real time, it has been something tonight. Indeed, it has. Wow, wow, wow. Silver. In the history of this channel, and really the history of YouTube, there's never been this much movement, breaking records this many times that I've seen. Wow. Man, crazy. Yeah, attorney Michael is in line. Is glad he's dumped his Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm sure you are. He did a smart move for sure. And the thing is, with precious metals, it's really not about these wild movements in price. It's about the overall long-term prospect for gold and silver, and that is to protect your wealth. That's what it's about. It's about wealth protection overall, for sure. All right. What a night it has been for silver. Man. And so we're going to keep an eye on this. But it's held consistently here for long enough now above or that 95 cents, $57.40. Just a wild ride. For sure. Palladium, the clear winner of all the precious metals tonight, up 2.23%. 2.3%, $33 gain tonight for palladium. Wow. There it is. Man, what a wild ride it is. See if anything else has come across the comment section. Nothing there, so we'll come right back here and see. All right, now look at this. Silver picking up steam again. It is something else. We've got silver up 98 cents right now. Now up $1.07 for the 11th time now, folks. 1-1 for the 11th time. A new record high for silver. Up $1.07, 1.9% tonight. That is absolutely explosive by any measure for this amount of time. Silver has reached a new high of $57.52. Wow. $57.52 for silver. Boom. What an amazing thing to see silver move so dramatically. $57.52. Man. 11 times reaching a new record. It just keeps climbing. It's like wildfire. Whatever they were trying to do, if that was the case, and I don't think that was the case. I think, honestly, this proves my theory that it was not a coordinated effort to shut that thing down, the CME, because it backfired completely if that was the case. They're not that stupid. CNBC posting silver as the devil's metal is bullish for $100 silver in 2026. Yeah, I did a video referencing that to a degree, a Red Crawler yesterday. Hope you will check that out. But this is something else. Wow. What a night. What a night for silver. Man, this is something. Up $1.05 right now to $57.50. It is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. Flabbergasted. This is just mind-blowing to see silver do what it's doing tonight. And we're covering it here live. And as we do every Sunday night, but we knew this was going to be a special report for a special situation with silver. How high can it go? Well, we're literally $2.50 away from $60 silver, which 77% of you think we're going to see by Friday. Telling you what, it's not out of the realm of possibility now. That's for sure. It's crazy. Honestly, it would not. If you would have even asked me that last week, I probably would have said, nah, I don't think. In fact, I honestly thought we were going to not see $50 by the end of the year after it reached it before and it reached back below it. Boy, was I wrong about that briefly. But here we are. Look at this. Something else indeed. All right, there you go. All right, have a good night, Galley Crow. Appreciate it. Silver to be a rockin'. It sure is, Dan W. It is a rockin' indeed. You're exactly right about that. It is something. Yes. And some of this may be what potentially could be going on in Venezuela, too. Maybe the Asian market's catching wind of Trump closing the airspace there. Geopolitics will definitely play a role in what moves silver's price. Domestic politics will. All of it will. Up $1.05 right now, 1.86%. It is just something. So 11 times we saw it. 11 times. And will we go for 12? I don't know. We get when you get in this silver sugar high, right? Sugar high liquor. It's crazy. Oh man, crazy. I have 1 ounce of silver right here that I'm holding in my hand that has just increased in value $1.05 in the past hour. Past 2 hours right now. It's right at 2 hours. It is just nuts. It's crazy what we're seeing here. It's on fire. Precious metals. And I know I'm overlapping Rocky. You guys, when we're done here, check out Rocky Superstars broadcast. We're going to go a little bit longer tonight just because I want to see what happens when the Shanghai markets open up, and they're opening up here in 1 minute. And so forgive me, Rocky, and I know you're already broadcasting, but We're going to go a little bit long tonight. This is a special time, but you guys check out his channel next. Hopefully, JM Unleashed is still here. Maybe we'll post a link to it if he's not already over there. But look at this. This is just something. Silver now up 97 cents. Still, it's on a good clip tonight. We'll be very interested to see here. Oh, man, let's see. Oh, whoa. All right, Paul Tissue has been very kind. Paul Tissue says if we reach 1.1K thumbs up and we get to 2 more matching pledges, I'll give 5 more memberships. All right, thank you. All right, I'm going to pin that. I don't know where we're at. We're thumbs up now, but if we can get 1,100 thumbs up, which we're definitely less than 100 from that, and we get some matching pledges, 2 more matching pledges. I'm not sure what he means by that, but he will give 5 more channel gift memberships. That's very nice of you. So where are we at in the thumbs up? Let's see if we can get there. That will be something else. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much. Very good. All right. 1.1. We need to get to 1.1K likes. Oh, thank you, JM Unleashed. Yes. After this broadcast, check out Rocky. There'll be some good discussion over there. Thank you. Let's see here. Very nice of you to offer that. Oh, GeoCube TV says we're at 1.1K now. All right. We just did it. Nice. All right. But I think there's another contingency. He says 2 more pledges, but I'm not sure what he means by that. But thank you, Paul Tissue, for that. As we're now nearing another all-time high, we're very close now. $1.06 increase to $57.51. The high is $57.52. So we'll see here. Very cool. Thanks again for the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Keep them coming. And so I don't know what he means by, I think there's a contingency, but I don't know what 2 matching pledges means. One gift. Okay, one gift membership. So somebody else has to gift membership first. Okay. And Gus signed up to become an honorary citizen on his own. That's nice. Thank you, Gus Feld, for doing that. Signing up to become a channel gift member. I appreciate that. So I think that means have a good night, Ominous Rooster. Thank you, Fathom. Reefer Gill with a 10 spot. Thank you so much, Reefer Gill. Appreciate that, sir. Very kind. So I think what Paul Tissue means, if somebody's got a channel gift member, to do a channel gift membership first. But thank you. So I don't want to put any pressure on you guys to do that, but thank you all the same. You guys are awesome. All right, folks, look at this. This is weird. It looks like as I was looking at the chat, silver shot up briefly to $57.64. It is now at $57.53. Therefore, we're at 12 times of an all-time high. And very briefly, in micro trading, it hit $57.64. Wow, which means we have quite a bit to go to hit $57.64 again, because it's now up $1.08. But this is, wow, we're still, for the 12th time, all-time high, with the Asian markets fully opened now. The Asian markets are fully opened. This is amazing indeed. Wow. That is something else. And we got this, again, from the same person. Oh, whoa. I said I'd donate on the 12th all-time high in the chat. Wow, thank you so much. Now, I don't know if whoever sent this $50 super chat, that is, or PayPal, friends and family, let me know who you are in the chat because it has your name here. But thank you. They said it in the chat. The 12th all-time high said he would donate that. Thank you so much to that individual, whoever that is. If you do that, if you do send a PayPal, let me know, friends and family, let me know what your channel name is so I can properly thank you. I appreciate that. So whoever sent that, thank you so much. Wow. Very kind of you indeed. Look at this. Silver is on fire. Everything's happening amazingly. Wow. Thank you all. I'm speechless. This is just something. And wow. So whoever sent that, let me know so I can properly thank you again. That's very kind of you indeed. Man. And amazing, amazing. All right, silver did snap up very briefly. We didn't see it happen, but it reached $57.64. It's now up $1.60, $57.51. And it is something else. Let's look at the volume, shall we? And we'll see that little spike here. Massive volume here, right as Shanghai opened up, and it just sprouted out. And that likely is probably what we saw as soon as Shanghai opened. It just shot up like a rocket quickly, and then it pulled back. So thank you. Wow. So volume spike up at 8, and then it pulled back, which means probably, as my guess, we have seen the top of the market tonight. But wow, that is something else indeed. All right. Very, very good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll count to $50. PayPal is another match. All right, thank you. 5 gifties coming. Thank you, Paul Tissue. Very kind. If you receive any channel gift membership, give them a warm thank you for that. That's very cool. All right. Killer Kermit, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. Killer Kermit, you'll find out what it means to me. Very important video coming tomorrow on that specific issue. There it is, Paul Tissue with 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow. Thank you, Paul Tissue. Very kind of you indeed. It has been a wild night here. You guys are amazing. With some speculating that Greg Ziegler saying 57 might just be the new floor. Very well, might be the new floor. Ray 2, those gifts come out randomly. They've been already handed out, but you can sign up on your own if you so desire. They go out kind of randomly to some folks, but thank you so much. And again, thank you to the individuals who or PayPal friends and family tonight. Again, I don't know who they are, but thank you to both. Maybe they're just watching from the sidelines, but I appreciate that. Although, no, this person said that they mentioned it in the chat, so I just missed that, but thank you again, whoever that was. All right. So I think that the price has been maxed out for tonight. I don't think it's going to go higher than this. And why do I say that? Because usually right at the outset, it's a massive spike and then it comes right back down very, very quickly. And I think it's just too quick of a move up that fast, as usually does happen. Of course, it can work the opposite way too. But I think volume has kind of pulled back fairly dramatically since then. I mean, it could change, but I think at least as I'm broadcasting, I don't think we're going to see it go much higher than this. But if you guys are new here, I hope you would consider subscribing to the channel. I do this every Sunday night. Michael K has just gifted another Salivate Metal membership. Thank you, Michael K. I appreciate that. Very kind of you indeed. But look at this. Silver's been a wild. Oh, man, look at this. We have Truck and Prepper has sent 5 Salivate Metal gift memberships across the bow as well. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you indeed. Look at that. Amazing. But we're watching it. It's just amazing ride that we saw for silver tonight. Amazing. Have a good night, Kerry Tarrant. Appreciate you, brother. Man, this is a night to remember. Unless we see another night like this. You know, it is exciting indeed. Wow. Man. All right. Well, folks, this has been an amazing time. I think I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight now because my voice is getting a bit long-winded here. And I've got to work on the market or tomorrow's video a little bit more. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video. It's going to be very interesting, especially apropos considering what's going on here. You're going to want to stay tuned for tomorrow's video indeed. So thank you guys so much again. I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice. And that is to keep your feet on the stars, keep reaching for the ground, and check out Rocky Superstar's live stream that's going on right now. Rocky Superstar is live. He's going to continue the discussion. So check him out. Have a good night, all. Take care. See ya.